Good morning.
Good morning from Palermo, Sicily.
I'm April, this is Tim. We're travelling the world and sharing our journey along the way.
Subscribe to our channel if you want to come with us. Well, we have just successfully completed a little road trip to Sicily and we returned the car, no issues.
No.
Very happy about that.
Yeah, so we've already checked into our flight. We're just at the gates now, already through security. Got about half an hour to go. We have €2 left, so we're going to see if we can get a coffee. One last coffee.
Well, here it is. Last Italian coffee. Last European coffee, actually.
We had €2 coins left and they're actually €10, but the guy was kind enough to give it to us for €2, so we can still have our last coffee. Today we are going to Bangkok, so we have 24-hour journey time. I think there's there's 3 flights in total, so it's going to be a long day.
We actually haven't had a travel day this long, probably since we left Australia the first time. I think it's going to be like maybe a couple of hours shy of 24 hours and 3 flights. So this is going to test us out.
I had a little mini meltdown when we first got here because we had to return the car to the Palermo International Airport, but when we went to departures I couldn't see our flight on the board anywhere. Could not see it. And I thought, are we at the right airport? And then Tim told me there's actually 2 airports. And it was like panic. My heart just sank. And then we went up to the counter and it was fine. We're at the right airport.
See, I was confident that past April and Tim wouldn't have made such a stupid mistake like that.
Yeah.
You gotta have confidence in that.
Yeah, it turns out the reason I couldn't see it on the screen is because this flight is made up of like a dozen different airlines with a dozen different numbers, and I must have been looking at the screen just when our flight number wasn't showing. So it's all good. That was probably one of the quickest flights that we've ever been on. It took about 45 minutes from Palermo to Rome. Now we have 3 hours here. And then I think I've worked out it's 4 hours to Kuwait, 3 hours there, and then 8 hours from Kuwait to Bangkok. So I think we're traveling for 19 hours and then there's 5 hours that we lose.
Alrighty, we just went to the transit desk and we were told that we need to check in with Kuwait Airways.
Yeah, so the full Kuwaiti. The full story is we actually booked these tickets from Palermo to Bangkok with a website called Go to Gate, and they basically just look at all the cheapest airfares with all the different companies and combine it together for you to get the best deal. So you don't have to like buy them individually.
So we're flying with 2 different airlines.
Yeah, but the problem with that is like from Palermo to Rome we checked into that flight, but now that we're in Rome we have to go to the other airline and check in with them.
Because that's an international flight.
Yes. So I don't know how that would work if we had checked bags. We'd probably have to pick them up.
I assume you'd have to collect the bags.
Yes.
And we've got enough time up our sleeves, so plenty of time to find this international terminal.
We differ like this. Tim always thinks we have plenty of time at the airport and I'm stressing out. Alright, let's go. Sometimes I really wonder whether or not saving this little bit of extra money is worth all the extra hassle. So we went to the Alitalia transit lounge desk, which is what we were told to do, and she told us to go to E37. But in order to get to E37 we have to go through passport control, but we actually don't have our boarding passes.
We can't get through without boarding passes.
So now we're really confused. We're in this huge airport, we don't have boarding passes, so we have to figure out where to go.
Good thing we got plenty of time.
We do, yes. There was another option where we only had an hour turnover here and we were like, oh, maybe we'll do that. I'm so glad we didn't because we've been here already for like 20 minutes and we're still clueless. Okay, an update. I think that the budget way of doing things is good if you don't overcomplicate things like we do. So we're basically just getting our step count up today, walking around the airport. We went back and she said that you go through passport control with the printout from Go to Gate, and then once you're on the other side you're in the right terminal, you go to the desk and you check in and get your boarding pass.
Seems pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, we're gonna give it a go. And so filming through passport control is a no-no. Hopefully we'll see you on the other side. So we are on the other side. This is like turning out to be way easier than we thought, and I think we're overcomplicating it. We landed in Terminal 1 at Rome Airport. You walk through, get your passport stamped. You are then automatically in Terminal 3, and then apparently you just walk to your gate like a half an hour before the flight, and they print your boarding pass at the gate. I've never had that before. This must be like a new system. We've got 2 hours before our flight leaves, so I guess you do what you do in an airport and you shop. We've just been wandering around the shops, like the news agency and stuff, and seeing if we can get something to eat. And we are so ready to get out of Europe and get away from the euro. It's shocking. It's like gotten worse since we've arrived.
It has. In the last month, it's taken a dive.
Yes.
And we've really noticed it.
Yeah, so bring on Asia and the cheap food and the cheap everything. I can't wait. So I've got the Netflix app and I'm downloading some movies that we can watch for 3 hours in Kuwait Airport, and we've changed terminals. I've been walking around and I've still got full Wi-Fi strength. It has not dropped out at all. There's just Wi-Fi everywhere.
Just went to get our boarding passes from the Kuwait Airways desk. She asked us, do we have a onward ticket from Thailand? We're kind of put on the spot. So we're going to Laos, which we're planning on doing, but we haven't booked anything. Luckily we got through. She's put a note on the system, so we're not sure what's going to happen when we get into Bangkok Airport. They might ask us the same question, but in a bit more detail. So we need to work out a bit of a plan about what we're going to say.
So we're currently using the Wi-Fi here to quickly look up other blogs on like how it is that you get from Thailand into Laos so we can get our story straight. But I feel like I've read that you're meant to have an onward ticket, but who really has onward tickets when they backpack? I don't know. So we're closer. We're at least getting into Bangkok. That's step one.
Are you ready to go to Asia?
Yes, I am so pumped for Asia. Cheap food, cheap drinks, hot, busy, loud. Love it. I really love international flights. I like that you get your little space, that you can watch a movie, that you get your food, you can sometimes sleep if it's long enough. Another thing I like is normally the free unlimited alcohol, and you don't get any on Kuwait Airways. So this is a dry flight and I'm a little bit disappointed. You're not meant to drink when you're flying anyway. Apparently it dehydrates you or something, but
I think all these movies are PG-13.
Worked out really well. This plane is a lot bigger than the last one and there's hardly anyone on it. When we first got on, I asked the flight attendant, is this plane fully booked? And she said no. So I quickly jumped into the row before me, so now we have a whole row each. It's an overnight flight, so we're going to get some sleep.
This is good. This hasn't happened before. We generally end up getting squashed together on the flight, so we've got room to move. It's great.
And nothing interesting to report about Kuwait Airport. We were there for like 3 hours. There's not much to do except for shop and eat and sit. But we've technically been to Kuwait. Bangkok. It's so exciting to be back in Asia. This flight was really quick actually, it was like 6 hours. So we did get some sleep. We had a row each. So we got about like 4 hours sleep. We're still feeling a little bit tired, but the sun is actually shining outside and it isn't raining. Before coming here, the weather forecast was just like showers and clouds. Looks like Thailand's put the sunshine on for us.
Actually feel alright. It's probably the most sleep I've ever had on an international overnight flight ever. Feeling good. Alright, here we are. It's 11:15 in the morning and we are at our first stop in the city. We've just got the airport train here. We're going to get the metro to the main railway station, then walk to our hostel. That cost us about 75 baht, so $3.60 something.
So obviously we made it into Bangkok. The immigration guy did not ask us one question at all. The main problem was actually when we were getting checked into the flight. The woman explained to us that she couldn't print the boarding passes unless we had proof of onward travel, and so she just like manually wrote in that we were going to be catching a bus out of Thailand. So, you know, if you have a plan in mind, you won't have any trouble, or just say what you think you might do, just don't lie. But when we got into Bangkok, there was no issues. It's so much hotter here as well. I'm in like pants and the humidity is high. It's great. I'm so excited to be in Asia again. Got our metro tickets. They actually have tokens here which have a little RFID in there, so you like scan it to go in and then you put it in the slot to get out. Yeah.
Well, it's a relief to have gotten into the city and only spent like, what, $5 maybe?
Yeah, hardly anything. It's so easy to get in it, and I love these tokens because they're reusable.
It really does differ from country to country as to how much the airport trains cost.
Yes. Yeah.
Some transportation to airports is very expensive.
Yes.
Others, like today, has been quite affordable.
Like in Sicily, where it was cheaper for us to hire a car to get to the airport.
It was literally cheaper for us to hang on to the car for an extra 2 days than to return it and then get a taxi to and from the airport.
Yeah, crazy. But here it's like a couple of bucks to get from the airport to the city. We're just about to head out. This is like the area we're staying in, so fingers crossed it's nice.
Alright, now I'm excited. I'm about to step foot into Bangkok for the first time.
We've arrived to our accommodation.
Found it.
Yeah, we have been staying in like Airbnbs and house sitting and everything for the past couple of months, and now we're going into a backpacker again. It's been a while.
It has been a while. There wasn't really any hostels in Greece or Italy.
No, but we're excited. I feel like backpacking in Southeast Asia is kind of a rite of passage for an Australian. So
yeah, and we've actually gone straight into the dorms again.
Yes, so this place has 9.5 stars out of 10. It has really good reviews, so I don't think we'll have any problem.
Well, it's been fun sharing the last couple of days with you.
And if you like traveling with us, subscribe to our channel.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.